Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is lesson number 2 of AC currents. Hope whatever the basics are discussed in lesson number 1 all of you understood. Now in the current session, I will discuss about an important concept called phase and what is the meaning of phasor diagram and how that will be used in derivation of relation between AC voltage and AC current among different current circuits. So let us start with the current session. So very first thing I want to discuss is phase. This term all you come across in the lesson waves of first PUC. Let us recall the definition. Phase is a thing, it's a measurable thing, can be measured in 3 ways. Either in terms of angles you can measure, or in terms of distance you can measure, or in terms of time. Now what this phase will do? It gives the relation between two things participating in the same event. For example, two friends are going in 2 different bicycles in the same position, like this way, in the same direction, same velocity. Then the distance between them is 0, and the phase difference is 0. If one person is going forward and one person is coming behind, I can say there is some phase difference in terms of distance. Similarly, take about 2 wristwatches. Both are ticking at the same time. Then the time difference between them is 0. Think one watch is showing a time about 5 minutes in advance. Then the time difference is about 5 minutes, can be called as phase difference in terms of time. The similar way in terms of angles also. If any rotating motion you can take or any sinusoidal point you take, you can represent the angle between them in terms of phase. Then phase is a quantity which gives the difference between those 2 quantities either in terms of angles or in terms of time or in terms of distance which are participating in the same event. Now here, as per the definition you can say, it's a time lapse. It is a time got elapsed when current or voltage started from 0 in terms of positive direction. Here phase, I'll restrict the definition only to the time because as per the definition it is mentioned like that, but later I'll extend the definition into angles also. So it is a time that got elapsed. Means time, some amount of time got elapsed. From where? When the current starts from 0 in the positive direction. So you can type like this. Draw on sine wave. Now here I'll take x-axis as current, y-axis as current and x-axis as time period. Now, when time t is equal to 0, no event can be traced. When time started, current also will start moving from 0 in positive direction like this. Assume the current made one complete cycle. Now let us take another current of same nature is starting. How? Think. See, from 0 the first one started. Second one will take certain extra time. Assume from here the current started. Means when time t is equal to 0, the current one, assume this is the first current, started. And after a time interval, second current started in the same direction. Then second one you can draw like this. Now observe between these 2. This is current number 2 and this is current number 1. Now, how much difference is there that we can mention in terms of time? How? You know what is the time to yesterday said in since last class. It's a time taken by an AC current to complete one cycle. Now, for the first one, I will mention 0 second here and capital T here. Means for the first cycle, time taken is what? T. In that for half of the cycle it becomes T by 2. In that 1 by 4 it becomes T by 4. In that 3 by 4 it becomes 3T by 4. So these are the basics I have taken from waves. I am just repeating, no need to get confused. So in the first quarter the time taken by the first wave is T by 4 second. For to complete half wave T by 2. To complete 3 by 4 3T by 4. To complete wave means one cycle time taken is what? T. Now after elapsing a time of t by 4 from 0 in the positive direction. See, this is positive direction of the current From 0 to positive direction, certain time got elapsed. How much time? T by 4 seconds. Then the second current started. Now in this case, this gap, which is mentioned in terms of time, can be called as phase. So make sure the same thing you can mention in terms of distance. How to mention in terms of distance? See, you know very well. Complete cycle can be mentioned as lambda. So that I write here 0, and to this I'll mention the distance as what? Lambda. Now for the half of the distance it becomes lambda by 2, and this will become lambda by 4. Now this is 3 lambda by 4. Now if you mention the same phase difference in terms of lambda, then that is called phase difference in terms of distance. It's generally called path difference. Path. Again, I'll mention one thing. If you want to mention the phase, there must be two quantities. You cannot represent phase for a single quantity because you are representing the phase either in terms of angles or in terms of distance or in terms of time of one quantity with respect to the other quantity. Now, if you want to mention in terms of angles, you know, this is one circular motion. This is half of the rotation and this is half of the rotation. What is the sum of the angles in the circle is 360. So it can be taken as 2 pi. Now, for half of the rotation it becomes pi. Now quarter of the rotation becomes pi by 2. Now it becomes 3 pi by 2. See here in terms of angles. This is in terms of distance. So I mentioned here. In terms of time, in terms of lambda, in terms of theta. Now hope you understood about the phase. To mention the phase, there must be two quantities, and the difference between them, if you represent in terms of time, it's called time difference. In terms of angle, it's called phase difference, that is angle difference. In terms of distance, it's a path difference. But either of the thing will represent phase. Now this phase is most important in AC currents. That's the reason I'll recall the concepts. Hope you understood this concept. Now, here if you take either current or voltage, anything you can take. Both are sinusoidal quantities. Sinusoidal is nothing but the direction will get reversed in periodically and the value will not be constant. It will be changed from second to second. Now, such periodical quantity, if you place in a two-dimensional coordinate system, so this is x-axis and this is what? Y-axis. In such a two-dimensional coordinate system, if you are representing such sinusoidal quantity in terms of a vector, now this is a vector, let's say OA is a vector which represents current. Make sure current has no, like it has a direction as a magnitude, but it cannot be treated as a vector quantity, you know very well. But for the reference I am taking here as a vector quantity because I want to use a term called phasor. What is phasor here? Electrical quantities that were in AC are sinusoidal. Such sinusoidal electrical quantity, if it is mentioned as, it's represented as projection of a rotating vector. You know, projection concepts are called waves. Such a rotating vector here can be called as phasor. I repeat, phasor is a projection of a sinusoidal quantity. It's a rotating vector. Such rotating vector, which is taken as a projection of a sinusoidal quantity, is called phasor. Now, such phases, if represented in a two-dimensional coordinate system, then that is called phasor diagram. So this is most important in AC currents. The reason is why here you will establish the relation between current and voltage in terms of sinusoidal diagram, in terms of phasor diagram. So please be careful while understanding the definition. So phasor is a rotating vector which is taken as a projection of a sinusoidal quantity. Means projection, nothing but you know very well. Or drawing sinusoidal quantity, you will get a dotted line diagram. From here, you will draw a dotted line and you will mention its length. And further, based on the orientation, you will start rotating the vector. Now, what is phasor diagram? Phasors are represented in a two-dimensional coordinate system. The two phasors. You cannot draw only one phasor because while dealing with the AC circuits, you will take only two quantities. One is voltage, other is current. among them you are going to establish a relation in diagrammatic format. Such diagrammatic format is called phasor diagram. So hope you understood about what is a phase and how many ways you can measure the phase between two quantities, and what is a phasor followed by what is a phasor diagram. Now let us get into the AC circuits. So what are AC circuits? Circuits which will operate on AC current are called AC circuits. You know, any circuit is completed with certain elements. Like most essential elements are three. One is resistors, second is capacitors, the third one is inductors. Without these three, there is no any electrical circuit. Now what you will do is, you will take individual circuits, resistors separately, capacitors separately, inductors separately, and you will discuss about the circuit. In that we will derive a relation between the AC voltage and AC current, and based on that we will draw one sinusoidal diagram and phasor diagram. So let us start with first pure resistor. See here I will mention a word pure resistor. Resistor and pure resistor, a small difference is there. You know, resistor is an opposition, or is a device which offers opposition against flow of charges. But generally, if you take a single wire, if you allow some current to pass through it, apart from the obstruction, it will produce some induction effects. What are induction effects? Electromagnetic induction I told. Any current carrying conductor produces magnetic field around it. Such effects should not be there. Then the wire which is carrying current can be called as pure resistor. So repeat, a pure resistor is a current element which is free from induction effects. So in order to reduce induction effects, or in order to minimize the induction effects, so what you want to do is take a wire, bend into the form of U shape, or take a portion of wire, bend, and take the next portion in reverse direction, twist it, or keep it as if. When you allow some current in the upper portion, see, this is how I am telling you. So take one portion this way and next portion this way. So this bunch will act as a pure resistor. Now in this case, in the forward current, there will be some magnetic field produced. In the reverse direction, there is another magnetic field. Since the direction of current is opposite, net magnetic field becomes what? Zero. Since induction effects are zero, then this wire can be treated as pure resistor. You know resistance symbol. This is resistance symbol. Such resistance I take here. See, this is circuit diagram. I am going for the derivation. See, take one pure resistor, connect to AC source. You know this AC source symbol. In the last session I have discussed. This is an AC circuit which is containing pure resistor. As its instant voltage is taken as V is equal to V0 sin omega t. So make sure, like DC circuits, you should not give any arrow mark indication because there is no polarity. Current direction should not be mentioned. No plus and no minus symbols. Only just labeling the diagrams. See, that's a pure resistor. So this is a circuit which contains pure resistor. Now, let us go with the derivation. So such a pure resistor is taken and connected across an AC source whose instantaneous voltage V is equal to V0 sin omega t. In the last session I discussed what is instantaneous voltage. The voltage at any instant of time. Now, how to establish a relation? You know Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. Now from this, what is I is equal to? V by R. So you already got the instantaneous voltage as given. Now from this formula, you will substitute in here, you will get an instantaneous current. From that you will come to know what is the actual relation between the voltage and current. So let us substitute. I is equal to, what is V? You got as V0 sin omega t by R. So in the place of V, I have substituted V0 sin omega t. Now according to Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. Similarly, V0 by R it becomes I naught sine omega t. So what is our final expression got is LHS is I, RHS is I naught sine omega t. Now we got an expression for the current, and voltage expression is already given. This is a given one. Now if you observe the instantaneous voltage and instantaneous current, both looks to be similar. In the place of V naught, I naught is there, and function is sin omega t. Here also sin omega t. You know, like if any phase difference is there, you can mention as plus phi, either here or here. But no such term is available. Now what does it mean? So here I will represent. We got V is equal to V naught sin omega t, and I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So here no additional phase difference is available. So what does it represent? There is no phase difference means there is no phase either in terms of time or in terms of lambda or in terms of theta, because here only deal with theta. So here there is no phase difference means voltage and current will be in phase. So to draw that, see this is actual derivation, to be precise, important for 3 marks category. And sometimes with additional definitions they will ask for 5 marks also. So here we got the final relation, and for this you want to write first of all, draw this one sinusoidal diagram. So first draw x and y axis, take deforming time along x axis, and y axis represents current as well as voltage. Now here while drawing, some precautions to be taken. See here I naught, which is a peak current, V naught, which is known as a peak voltage, I told which is peak. See I naught you got after dividing V naught by R. You know, any division, the resulting answer will be always less than the previous. In sense, V naught is greater than I naught, or you can say I naught is less than V naught. Then peak of the I naught must be less than peak of the V naught. So how to draw? See here I will write. Assume this point represents peak of V naught, and this point represents peak of I naught. Then first draw current, or you can say voltage. Now this is a sinusoidal wave representing what? Voltage. Now this point represents V naught, and here also it represents V naught. Since peak of the current must be less, the reason is why again it's dividing. Peak of the voltage is getting divided, hence I will draw the same sine wave of same frequency. See here there is no any changes in the frequency, but only thing is there is a change in the amplitude. Now this value represents I naught. Hope you understood. Now if you observe this diagram and this diagram, here first wave and second wave if you compare, there is a time lag about t by 4 seconds, or you can say time lag about 90 degree in terms of angles. Phase angle in terms of time t by 4 seconds, in terms of angle 90 degree. This we don't require here, just for the reference of given. Here if you see, both voltage and current started at the same time, ended also same time. What is the meaning? There is no any phase difference, either in terms of time or in terms of angles. So what is the conclusion? In the pure resistor circuit, both current and voltage are in phase. So people term as phase. Actually the original term is phase. P-H-A-S-E, phase. So in pure resistor circuits which carry an AC current, both AC current and AC voltage are in phase. Then what is the phase difference between them is 0 degree. So how you can represent this in terms of phasor diagram? See this I will represent here. Same diagram I can use. So here x-axis and y-axis are taken. Here the projection of the rotating vector we will take it as amplitude. See here, amplitude of the current is smaller than amplitude of the voltage. Then first I will draw one phasor. Assume this phasor represents V naught. So I have taken first of all V naught. Then in the same direction, in the same line, you want to draw I naught. Then I'll mention one more line over the same current and I'll draw that as I naught. Here you can mention one thing, like you can observe one thing. The amplitude of I naught is less than that of amplitude of V naught. Both are acting in the same line. Then both are making same angle theta with respect to x-axis. Angle between voltage and x-axis is same as angle between current and x-axis. Since the angle between these two with respect to x-axis is same, angle between them is 0. Again you can mention here as both are in phase. Hope you understood. So here this diagram is called sinusoidal wave diagram and this is called phasor diagram. Now here current I have taken as one phasor, voltage I have taken as another phasor. Both the phasors are going in the same line of action. Then what does it mean? That doesn't have any phase difference. But the arrow mark indicates amplitude of the voltage is more and amplitude of the current is less. The reason is why? Again the same rule. Here voltage is got divided, then current will get according to Ohm's law. Now what is the ultimate conclusion? In a pure resistor circuit, you know what is a pure resistor? Once again, pure resistor is a AC circuit containing a resistor which is free from induction effects. Such a pure resistor is connected across an AC source. Voltage and current I got the expressions, and both the expressions shows that there is no any phase difference between them. According to that, I have drawn one wave diagram as well as the phasor diagram. So this much concepts you want to write for the question given in the examination. Like establish the relation between AC voltage and AC current in a pure resistor circuit. So for today's concepts, hope you understood about what is a phase and how to represent phase between two physical quantities, either in terms of time or in terms of angles, and lambda, which is in terms of path, which is not a necessity for this lesson. And next, what is the meaning of phasor? Further, what is the meaning of phasor diagram? And using this, how you can establish a relation between the AC voltage and AC current in a pure resistor circuit. The further concepts is pure capacitor and pure inductor that will deal with the next sessions. So diagram is must. So what is the main like thing you supposed to keep in mind is there should be no arrow marks and no polarity symbols, because in AC currents no plus minus. And derivation part followed by sinusoidal wave diagram part followed by which one? Phasor diagram part. So here compulsory thing is what? Amplitude of the current must be smaller than amplitude of the voltage. Similar way, length of the voltage. If you write this much, you'll give the full marks. So if any doubts is there, say update me through WhatsApp. And I'm not getting sufficient doubts from all of you people. I hope next sessions you will watch the videos repeatedly and will update me the doubts through WhatsApp. Thank you for the session.